All right, welcome back everybody. My name is Jason. So we've got the 60 CUCV out of the garage. We drove it out under its own power. The next thing I'm gonna do here is I need to get the suspension lift done. So in the rear, I'm planning on just doing a shackle flip. I happen to have one laying around from another truck that, for lack of a better way to say it, was just out of life. So I'm gonna put the shackle flip in the rear. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to give about 4 inches of lift. And then once I get that done, I'm gonna measure in the front, make sure I have the stance that I want, and then I'll get some springs ordered for the front. So come along with me, let's get this job done, and we're gonna remove a bunch of rivets. Not my most favorite thing to do. I've got the frame of the truck supported by jack stands. Hopefully you can see them up there. Now, I undid the lower bolt in the shackle here on both sides. So the springs are no longer connected at the back. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the acetylene torch to cut the heads off of all the rivets holding the rear shackle hangers on, and then I'm going to use the air hammer to drive the rivets out. All right, so we've got our old rear shackle hangers off. This side, the other side. We also knocked off the exhaust hanger that we're not going to use anymore. I got to do the one on the other side still. So now we just need to get our new shackle brackets bolted on. Last time I left off, I was taking the rear suspension apart to do the shackle flip in the back. I realized that the shackle flip brackets that I had are for a 1/2 or 3/4 ton square body, not a 1 ton. The 1 tons have a different leaf spring width in the back, and the bracket is different also. The 1 ton mounts use 6 bolt holes, the 1/2 and 3/4 tons don't. So anyway, I got the right shackle flip brackets. They came in today, and of course it's raining. I don't know if you can see that in the video. So, hey, whatever, man. You got to try to work when the working is good. So, not ideal to get rained on, but I want to get this thing done. I need to get it mobile again so I can get my next part out vehicle over here onto the pad. So, I'm going to try to sit you somewhere that you can see and the lens won't get all wet, and we'll get through this thing. I'm under the truck here. The kit I ordered is from Off-Road Design. You get your shackle flip brackets, and you get the hardware, and they send some nice instructions also. First part of the instructions is get the old stuff off, obviously. Second part is you have to drill out the existing holes to 7/16 in order to fit the new hardware that they include with the kit. If anybody wants to hook me up with the new drill, I sure could use it. I think mine's let the magic smoke out a few too many times now. Once you get your holes drilled out, like I said, the kit comes with hardware and instructions. They want you to put a washer on both sides. So 1 washer under the head of the bolt, 1 washer under the nut. The hardware they send you, these are locking nuts. Put your bolt in, get it through the hole, check for clearance and make sure that your stupid dang hitch brackets aren't going to interfere, which mine are. So then you get set back and you have to get that adjusted and make sure that part's going to fit. Yay! let's see if that gave us enough space. Negative. Not enough space. So I can take a little bit off of my bracket here. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, let's see if that gave us enough space. Now we fit. Alright. So, we get our bolt with a washer. Stick 2 of them in there to hold it up. So on these bottom bolts, I'm putting mine, the bolt pointed down through the frame and then through the bracket. This is my own thing, but anytime a bolt is going to be hanging or near the bottom side of the vehicle, and if it's vertical, I like to put the head of the bolt at the top. So that way, even if my nut and washer should come off, the bolt is still hopefully going to hang there and help keep whatever it is in place at least a little bit, more than no bolt at all would. And then hopefully, you know, I'll notice before the bolt itself comes out too. But it's just something I like to do. In this circumstance, it also will make it a little bit easier because I'm going to be torquing these bolts down, and off-road design wants them torqued to 38 foot-pounds. When you're torquing a nut and bolt combination, your torque wrench should be on the nut, not the bolt. So, just something I like to do. You can do it or not do it, totally up to you. There we go. Now I'll get them torqued. Like I said, 38 foot-pounds. They didn't list any particular order, so just get them all there. Go. All right. If you're as lucky as I am, and your factory bolts came out without getting all screwed up, and your factory shackles aren't all rusted through and demolished, you can reuse those parts. I do recommend that if you were that lucky, improve your odds of being that lucky again and anti-seize the poo out of these bolts when you put them back in. I mean, just smother these things in anti-seize until you can't even see the bolt anymore. And then you get it shackle up into place, slide your bolt through. These factory nuts are mechanical locking, meaning that they're crimped at the top, so you can reuse them and not be worried about it. So this side I'm going to leave at this point. I'm going to get the same process done on the other side, and then we'll get everything lined up and get the leaf springs put back through the shackles where they belong. We got the other side done too. So we got our brackets on both sides. I went ahead and hooked the exhaust hanger back up on the driver's side. So now I'm going to use the jack to lift the axle up and get my leaf springs back lined up into my shackles. Hopefully it goes pretty easily. We'll see. Just like the other ones, lots of anti-seize on these bolts. Lots and lots of anti-seize. There we go. There's passenger side. can't get the driver's side lined up. Oh, I'm a little too high with my jack. That'll line up. Lots and lots of anti-seize. Boom. There we go. So now, I'll jack it up, get my jack stands out from under the frame, sit it down on its own weight, and then torque those leaf spring and shackle bolts. Alright, so I've got the truck on the ground. I rolled it forward and backward a little bit just to get the suspension settled. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten down my shackle and leaf spring bolts. I'll do the other side the same way. Alright everybody, well, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. The next video you see will be getting the lift springs installed in the front and then shock absorbers installed all the way around. I've taken measurements for the rear shock absorbers, so I'll get those ordered. I'll probably do my brake lines in that video also. Those are all pretty straightforward. Remove the old part, install the new parts. But something to look forward to, and after that it'll be time to drive this thing. That's the last little bit we need to do before this thing is ready to drive. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.